Good morning and welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View this morning. Welcome back to the channel, and it's going to be an interesting day because it is getting one day closer to when we play Aberdeen. Yes, it is one day closer to we play Aberdeen. A fantastic game, a top of the league table clash against the new firm. You got to remember the new firm were Dundee United and Aberdeen back in the day. Back in the day when Aberdeen regularly won trophies and Dundee United regularly won trophies, and both were fantastic in Europe at that time. Bygone days, you may say, but Aberdeen and wee Jimmy up in Aberdeen is feeling confident. Is feeling confident about the fact that they can come to Celtic Park and maybe grind out a result. We'll soon see about that on Saturday. So let's jump into the comment section. Say good morning to the early bunch that are in the comment section this morning. Paul Baird was first in, saying hello. Haggis, Neeps and Tatties. Casper, he's just jumped right ahead of what I'm planning this morning. He's going for Casper, Alistair Johnson, Trusty, Scales, Calmac, Paulo Bernardo, McCowan. Interesting that he's dropped Alex Valley. My head's just gone. But he's got McCown, Kuhn, Kyogo, Maida. That's my lineup for Saturday. Good morning, troops. And Arne Engels. He's dropped Arne Engels. And he's dropped Rio Hatate. Interesting. What do you think about Haggis, Neeps and Hatates? Haggis, Neeps and Hatates has dropped Hatate and Arne Engels, and he's going to bring in McCowan for this game along with Paulo Bernardo. Paulo Bernardo's on a fine run of form for his national team, and I think he is a player that should excel this weekend. And Joseph is in the house. Good morning. Carly's in the house. Morning, all my peoples. Good morning. So buzzing for this game. More than the Zombies game. Yep, it is the biggest game in the Scottish Premier League this weekend. Unfortunately, it is not on the television. It isn't on the television. It's a 3 o'clock kickoff at Celtic Park, which is fantastic for 60,000 fans, with the majority of 60,000 fans that are season ticket holders, and they get a 3 o'clock kickoff at Celtic Park. And ultimately, that is what you want to be doing. You want to be going to the football on a Saturday at 3 o'clock. It wasn't. Sky are going with, I think they're going with the Kilmarnock Rangers game, and let's face it, at the start of the season, people would have, when the TV schedule was announced, Kilmarnock Rangers would have been up there because Kilmarnock have been pretty good the last couple of seasons, but gladly they're away down at the bottom of the table. Premier Sports, Celtic refused. You alright down there? Somebody's excited, she's going to get her haircut. Premier Sports offered Celtic the chance to televise the game, which would have been changing it to either a silly time kick-off, which would have been had an adverse effect for fans, let's face it. And the fact that they only pay £75,000 to televise the game, Celtic quite rightly said, nah, it's going out on Celtic TV around the world. That will give us our own audience, and Celtic are going down the route of trying to keep as much of the media as possible within Celtic's own platforms, i.e. the Celtic TV website, which is all good. Anyway, so Carly's in the house, Joseph Davison. Paul McEwen is in the house. Carly's starving this morning, she's telling me. Jim's in the house. Peter Larkin's in the house. Jim F's in the house. Pat McGuire's in the house. Celtic and Aberdeen joint top. Sevco are third position. I like that one. Grace T's in the house. Good morning, everyone. Jim McCarthy's in the house. Morning, everyone. Dave Hislop. That's a message. WhatsApp message is coming through already. Dave's. Don't even ask that. Sausage bacon roll. Haggis, Neeps and Hatates. Oh, you keep trying to catch us out with that. Haggis, Neeps and Hatates. McCown knows what it means to play the Scottish game, especially big games. That's why I've dropped Arne Engels. It's interesting that you've dropped Arne Engels. We'll talk about the team selection in a minute, because I think the big team selection is going to be the defence. This weekend. And can Trusty step up to the mark? Or will the manager? I don't think he will. I think he'll stick with Trusty. But Big Mark Rocky has been in the squad for a couple of weeks now. Will he have done enough over the little break that we've had to convince the manager that he gets a start? For me, no, because he's not match fit. He's not got the legs to do a whole 90 minutes. So I think starting with Trusty would be the obvious choice. Carly's having a sausage making McMuffin. A sausage making McMuffin. You're at McDonald's at this time in the morning. That's just nasty food. Morning Baz says Magnus. Peter King says good morning everyone. Hail hail. A ball bag says Skills hat trick. Sarah Ann says good morning. You're in the staff room with me in Hong Kong. She's in Hong Kong and she's in the staff room in Hong Kong. I love it when we get around the world. And you notice a little badge. You notice I have added the One Celtic Fans View badge to the channel display this morning, which is all good. And oh look, we're sitting on 1,179 subscribers. The channel was busy last night. I wonder what happened. But anyway, we're not talking about what happened last night. We're talking about what's happening this weekend. I have no issues with one left over from... Oh, God, Carly. Oh, my God. Leftovers from yesterday. That's just wrong. Anyway... the men of the moment on the wing are obviously Nico Kuhn and Dyson Maida. It looks like they will probably, it was more than likely that those are two definites to start this weekend. I think the team, Carly was... oh, Carly, Jesus. Haggis, Neeps and Hatates, right at the beginning of the video, was pretty much spot on. I think that I'm not sure about McCowan though. I think that the manager, it's interesting because McCowan have had some time off as well, and be interesting to see what Arne Engels has been up to during the international break. But anyway, he's went with Casper and Alistair Johnston, Trusty, Scales and Alex by at the back. All eyes will be on the one and only Greg Taylor of the coming weeks, and to see what outcome of that comes at all, because let's face it, we've spoken about it lots of times, he's out of contract at the end of this season, and I think it's going to be interesting to see if the young Spaniard gets more game time, because Brendan Rodgers will want to play, and Brendan Rodgers spoke about this last season, and it was the reason that he dropped David Turnbull. He says, look, I'm going to play players that are here for the future. Now, even though that the young Spaniard's only on loan, he is here to the end of the season. I think you might find that Greg Taylor might start going missing out of some games in the SPFL. He might still use them for the Champions League games, but you don't know. You don't know. He might just go, look, you're not committing yourself to the future of the club. You've been a great servant to the club, but I need to start playing players, and I need to give the players game time that have committed to the future of the club. Will the Spaniard commit to the future of the club? We never know until the end of the season. But it's quite a good team that you've put up there. I guess Neeps and Hatates. Grace T says, looking forward to Saturday. Dave is going for 5-1 Celtic. Right. We don't usually do it in the morning video, but we usually leave it till the nighttime video. But get your predictions in. Excuse me, the dog's giving... What is that? She's just creating hair and stuff everywhere. That's why she's going for a haircut this morning. Tell me your score predictions for the game this weekend. I am going to go for 3-1 Celtic. I think that Aberdeen will score against us, but I think ultimately that they're going to play in such a fashion that Celtic will enjoy playing against them, because it won't be a team that will sit back. They will know that they have to go out and win, or at least draw, to stay top of the table with Celtic. So that will play right into Celtic's hands. And I think especially at Celtic Park, with the crowd right behind them, right behind the team, it's going to be an interesting atmosphere at Celtic Park this weekend, because Aberdeen will bring a good amount of away fans. And there's not been a top of the table clash for a while where there's been a big away fan base. Obviously know that Sevco spat the dummy out back in 2019 and reduced the allocation, and then reduced it even more, and then more and more and more, till there was around about 750. And then Celtic just went, look, our fans aren't safe in that corner. Until you can make sure that we are safe going to games, our staff are safe, our fans are safe. We're not taking any tickets. And then the Rangers went, well, see, it's all Celtic's doing. We know the fact that they shat it, and they shat it even more for Brendan Rodgers when he came back. But anyway, big shout out to Sarah Ann, who's watching from Hong Kong, the staff room in Hong Kong. And Sarah Ann is our channel member. I need to get that. Paul Bears go for 3-0. I'm going to get some of the score lines. Cameron Carter Vickers will be available next weekend, so trusty it is. And Haggis, Neeps and Hatates always gets some little bits of information, which is interesting. So watch out for what he says on the channel. And Kelly for a win. I hope Kelly win. I'm not predicting this, says Carly. And Haggis, Neeps and Hatates is going for 3-2. 3-2. It will be bye-bye Taylor in January, says Paul Baird. Yeah, it will be. I think we all know what's going to happen now. We've seen it happen at Celtic before. And it never ends good for the player. It ends good for the club because the club will get in some money for him. But the fact that Celtic value him at 7 million, they'll get about 3 million for him, like they did David Turnbull last winter. Joseph Davison's going for 4-0 Celtic this weekend against Aberdeen. Sean Short's going for 3-1 Celtic. Peter King's going for 3-0 Celtic. Paul Bear's going for 3-0 Celtic. Pat McGuire says, does anyone else think Conor Brannan looks like the old guy for Stepstone's son? Don't know. No idea. No idea what he even looks like. We need to shut up shop at the start and not be caught sleeping, says Magnus. Eric's going for 3-0 Celtic. I think 3-0 Celtic could be a good shout, but I'm going to go for 3-1 because I do think that Celtic will have enough firepower with Kyogo starting the game. I think Kyogo will start the game. What the fuck's that siren? Can you hear that? There's a siren going off that I've never heard before. It's like an air raid siren. Can you hear that? Bizarre. Yeah, Kyogo will start. What is that noise? His war just started and we're just live on YouTube. I've not noticed. Anyway, Haggis, Neeps and Tati says 3-2, 4-2. Can't decide if the score is going to be 3-2 or 4-2. Where's that coming from? There's the siren going off. We're in the countryside. Sirens don't go off in the countryside. Anyway, 4-0 Celtic, says Thomas Connolly. Said months ago that Greg Taylor was leaving, and Carly says that. I was laughed at. Told him I'm talking pish, and now people realise it. Lucian's going for 4-2 Celtic. Sevco thumping by Kelly is incoming. Peter King's watching from Glasgow. Lucy's going for 4-0 Celtic. Grace is going for 3-1 Celtic. Patrick's going for 5-1. I don't think it's going to be a 4-1. Lucian's going for 4-2. I don't think it's going to be a 5. I mean, there's been times that we have scored. Has the war started? I don't know if you can hear that. That's disturbing. Jim McCarthy's going for 1. Bombs start going off. I'll just keep carrying on. It's cool. 3-2 Baz says James. Thomas is going for 2-0. Have you got dial-up, Baz? That's what it sounds like. It's a siren going off in the background. Is it coming true? Put the sound on. It's a siren going off outside, and we stay in the countryside. There shouldn't be sirens going off. I have no idea. Rangers electrocution alarm. That's your pacemaker going off. It's not my pacemaker going off. I don't have one. It's the hearing aid. Hearing aid needing changed. It's the hearing aid shut alarm. I think it is, Carly. And then it just went off. What the fuck was that? Israel drone bars, don't fucking start, because Spain backs Israel, Spain backs Palestine, so didn't get started on that. Spain are one of the only countries that are still sending massive amount of aids to Palestine. Anyway, your wallet's opened up. Haha. That'll be your dog saying, can you hear that, or is it just me? Yeah, that's it. Anyway, right, I am going to go for, that was the most bizarre thing ever, because we never get sirens going off in the countryside, but then it went off. Anyway, right, get back into the Celtic Aberdeen game this weekend. There's one of the publications in Scotland this morning are tipping Nico Kuhn to be the next big mega £1 million star at Celtic. I think there's a few players that will be sold before Nico Kuhn. I mean, Nico Kuhn has not even been at Celtic a year yet. He's not been in the door a year, but people are saying that, this one publication is saying that he is going to be the next big selling asset at Celtic. They seem to be forgetting about Dyson Myra and want away man Rio Hatate. I think that both those players will be sold before Nico Kuhn, because Nico Kuhn is on a 5-year contract. If anybody was to come in for Nico Kuhn just now, if anyone was to come in for Nico Kuhn just now, it would cost them more than Matt O'Reilly. I think, Celtic. Peter King says, Baz, it sounds like Shuggy if he's still game. Nobody can hear anything. Oh, Jesus. Jeez. AR's go for 3-0 Celtic. Shuggy. Kuhn is on a 5.5-year deal. That's correct. Haggis, Neeps and Tatty said, I said the same thing when we had pre-season. He'll contribute to 40 goals this season. I've got to head to work, troops. It's Colin. I've got to head as well, because I am heading down to take the dog out to get its haircut. Anyway, we'll be doing a live later on this afternoon, around about 5 o'clock Celtic part time, and then we will be doing one at 8 p.m. tonight, where we can talk about the Celtic Aberdeen game a bit more. I think that Brendan Rodgers has got a massive choice to make this weekend when it comes to the midfield. When it does come to the midfield, and I need something to eat as well, it's far too early. Looks like Taylor Hatate will be gone in January. I think Hatate is one player that we've known for a while, a couple of seasons now, that he does want away from Celtic, and it'll be interesting to see if Celtic do sell him on, because if they sell him on, they've got Luke McCowan, who will step right into his steps. Anyway, Nicky McCarthy is just walking the door. Get him out the door, says Harley. Says, as much as I like Hatate, I think it's time to move him on at the right price. Thomas says it's the ice cream van. Haggis leaves Hatate. Get Rio, Palmer, Greg Taylor, Rio and Palmer. That's the players to leave in January. I don't think that Palmer will leave in January. He might go out on loan, but I just don't think so. We'll see what the manager decides. Anyway, Nico still got a lot to give Celtic. Yeah, Nico Kuhn's got loads to give Celtic. You've got to remember, this is only his first real full season. At Celtic. Anyway, I'm going to wind the video up there. It is a short one this morning because I need to head out, and the subscriber count is just going through the roof this morning, which is good, and the video's done quite well also. Anyway, on that note, I shall see you later on this afternoon. Look out for some Celtic headlines today, because there's going to be a lot in the media. And I said on Twitter this morning, it's going to be popcorn time for me. On social media today. It's not really, I'm going to be out all day working. Anyway, on that note, have a fantastic day, Celtic fans all around the world.